Now we all know that September and October are known as the iPhone season, and if you've been living under a rock, the latest iPhone 16 series has already sold like hotcakes in the first batch. But in this video, we are not here to focus on the latest iPhones. Instead, we are here to focus on two Android flagship smartphones in this video. Because folks who want the iPhone have already made their move. But folks who are interested in an Android flagship phone, well, you might be interested to watch this one. Hello everyone, I'm here for Fiiber by India today, and welcome to the battery drain test comparison between the current Android king, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and the recently launched Pixel 9 Pro XL. So if performance and battery life are two of the key factors when getting a brand new smartphone, which among these two should you pick? Okay, on your screens is the current pricing of both phones in the market right now. Of course, the Pixel 9 Pro XL has a higher price tag, but you do get up to 10,000 rupees bank offer, so that brings the price down. As for the S24 Ultra, yes, 1,21,999 rupees is the current starting price, but I've also seen deals on Amazon where the base variant of the phone is going for as low as 1,05,000 rupees. So head to head, both are pretty evenly matched devices when it comes to the specs. Both have top tier AMOLED displays, although the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a slightly higher resolution. Both have solid peak brightness numbers, but I'm going to talk more about brightness in a bit. Galaxy S24 Ultra also has a more durable titanium frame versus an aluminium frame on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Both have an IP68 rating. The Pixel has more RAM at 16 GB versus 12 GB on the S24 Ultra, while the S24 Ultra also comes in a 1TB storage option. Moreover, the S24 Ultra is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip versus Google's in-house Tensor G4 in the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Finally, top tier camera systems on both phones, and both have 5000 mAh batteries. Actually, for what it's worth, the Pixel 9 Pro XL has a 5060 mAh battery. As always, we kick off by booting up both devices. So both phones on the table have dark mode enabled and are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. The brightness and audio are set at 50% manual. Vivid color profile is set on the S24 Ultra, while the 9 Pro XL has adaptive color profile enabled. I've also enabled 120Hz mode on both, and of course the batteries are 100% charged. Okay, at 50% manual brightness, there's no doubt that the S24 Ultra looks to be brighter and more vibrant than the Pixel 9 Pro XL, but there are other factors too that contribute to the Galaxy S24 Ultra having the better panel. For one, the Pixel must be having a higher peak brightness of 3000 nits, but what really matters is high brightness mode, and in high brightness mode, Pixel has 2000 nits support, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra's numbers are not revealed. However, to check that too, after an hour, I turned on adaptive brightness on both phones, and with the bright studio lights directly hitting both phones' displays, the Galaxy S24 Ultra still seemed brighter. Point being, at any comparable brightness level, be it manual or auto, the S24 Ultra looked brighter than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. In fact, using both phones outside too, and while the 9 Pro XL also has a nice AMOLED panel, in comparison to the S24 Ultra, as I said, the Samsung always turned out brighter and had the punchier contrast and better colors. Plus, having an anti-reflective coating gives extra points to the S24 Ultra over the 9 Pro XL that one would definitely appreciate when using the phone in harsh lighting conditions. With that, we're done with the YouTube video playback round, and surprisingly, the Pixel 9 Pro XL fared better in terms of battery drain. So right now, the 9 Pro XL has taken the lead with 92% battery left, while the S24 Ultra is left with 89% battery. With that, it is now time to run an hour of 1080p video recording, and going forward, I will turn off adaptive brightness and set both phones back to manual 50% brightness. Also, for the first 30 minutes, I'm recording from the selfie camera, and the rest 30 minutes I'm going to record from the rear camera. You guys take a look at the specs. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra has a quad rear camera system featuring a 200 megapixel primary camera, 50 megapixel periscope camera, a 10 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. For selfies, there's a 12 megapixel camera at the front. Video recording is capped at 8K 30 FPS from the rear camera and 4K 60 FPS from the front camera. On the other hand, the Pixel 9 Pro XL has a triple rear camera system featuring a 50 megapixel primary camera, 48 megapixel periscope camera, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera. For selfies, there's a 42 megapixel camera at the front. Video recording is capped at 8K 30 FPS from the rear camera and 4K 60 FPS from the front camera. Now this photo and some more photos that I've clicked from both phones, you will see that essentially both cameras aren't very different when it comes to the final results, but the Galaxy S24 Ultra does seem to provide livelier colors in the final output. Take for instance this photo, the red on the petal looks vibrant in S24's photo, while the Pixel 9 Pro XL has captured a slightly washed out red. But even when it comes to handling highlights and shadows, the latter specifically, see the stem of the tree and you will notice that the S24 Ultra has nailed the exposure better. I also found that Bhavesh's skin tone had this red hue in the Pixel's photo, all while when I zoomed in, the shirt looked over sharpened. None of these problems were there in the S24 Ultra's image. Even the background blur in portrait photos, how the blur gradually spreads from the foreground to the background, looks more natural in the S24 Ultra's image. Also, selfies have this natural looking appeal when it comes to colors and skin tones in S24 Ultra's image, while the Pixel's image looks a bit over processed. Now in my findings, the S24 Ultra did have a better overall camera, but still if you guys would like to see a full-fledged camera comparison between the S24 Ultra and the Pixel 9 Pro XL, well, let me know in the comments. With that, we're done with the 1080p video recording round as well, and with that, the 9 Pro XL is still in the lead with 74% battery left, while the S24 Ultra is left with 71% battery. Alright, it is now time to run some benchmarks to get an idea if both phones are put under heavy loads in the real world, which one is going to give the better endurance. First up, the specs. The S24 Ultra is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and comes with 12GB LPDDR5X RAM paired with up to 1TB UFS 4.0 storage. The Pixel 9 Pro XL on the other hand is powered by the Google Tensor G4 SoC coupled with 16GB LPDDR5X RAM and up to 512GB of older UFS 3.1 storage. Starting with Geekbench 6 and based on the scores, the S24 Ultra is approximately 21% faster than the Pixel 9 Pro XL in single core performance and about 64% faster in multi-core performance. In Antutu as well, which takes into account the CPU, GPU, memory and user experience of a phone, the S24 Ultra is again about 58% faster than the Pixel 9 Pro XL in overall performance. In the 3D Mark stress test, while the S24 Ultra had better numbers in the loop scores, the Pixel 9 Pro XL had a more consistent performance. In fact, the Pixel 9 Pro XL also showed much better stability, although the S24 Ultra had a wider range of frame rates. But again, in the CPU throttle test, the S24 Ultra outperformed the Pixel 9 Pro XL. The 71% score for the S24 Ultra suggests that it can maintain a significant portion of its peak performance under sustained load. So here's a look at the benchmark scores of both phones on your screens right now. You can pause and take a look. With that, we'll now move on to the gaming round, but first the battery statistics. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL is still in the lead with 50% battery left, while the S24 Ultra is left with 44% battery. So while both phones got significantly hot during the benchmark round, I am happy to report that in the real world, they don't overheat now when it comes to gaming like playing Asphalt Legends or popular games like BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile. Both phones have support for the best graphics settings. However, in my observation, when it comes to the sustained performance, the Galaxy S24 Ultra performs better than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Like even while playing Asphalt right after the benchmarks round, I could feel the slight frame drops here and there on the Pixel, which was not the case with the S24 Ultra. In fact, I've also tested Call of Duty Mobile on both phones, and in longer runs, the S24 Ultra gives the better sustained performance with minimal frame drops, thankfully. And I will mention again, both phones do not overheat, the surface temperatures always remain in check, and thermal management, especially on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, since Tensor chips are notorious for heating, the Pixel never showed any signs of abnormal heating. That said, overall for the superior performance, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is a better gaming phone than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And with that, we're done with the gaming round, and in a slight turn of events, the Galaxy S24 Ultra turned out to be better, turned out to be more efficient in the gaming round. So the S24 Ultra has now taken the lead and is left with 36% battery, while the Pixel 9 Pro XL is now trailing with 35% battery. With that, we are in the last leg of our battery drain test comparison. I will now run an hour of Instagram on both phones here, but without keeping you waiting until the last minute, I am going to fast forward to the 6-hour mark. And with that, the Galaxy S24 Ultra finishes with 30% battery left, while the Pixel 9 Pro XL finishes with 25% battery left. So here's an hour by hour breakdown of the battery drain of both phones on your screens right now. So in a surprising turn of events, the battery drain test, which was going in the favor of the Pixel 9 Pro XL, in the end, it is the Galaxy S24 Ultra that turned out more efficient overall, especially if you look at the gaming round and Instagram round, suggesting if you are more into using demanding apps, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is going to hold it better in terms of battery efficiency. Again, not that the Pixel 9 Pro XL's performance is drastically bad. In fact, on a different day, the Pixel can also turn out to be more efficient than the S24 Ultra, and it totally depends on user to user, because at the end of the day, both have similar 5000 mAh batteries. However, there's also no denying that in terms of handling load and in doing that, delivering a sustained performance along with good efficiency, that is something the Galaxy S24 Ultra does better than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Rest, share your thoughts with me regarding both these devices in the comments below, and also which one among these two will you pick? Share all your thoughts with me in the comments, and as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.